In Part 5 of Lecture 6, we will discuss using a class to implement a matrix. A matrix is a two-dimensional array of numbers. Matrices are used in applied mathematics for a variety of reasons, but we are not concerned with these uses right now. Matrices become a useful way to structure data. This is why we are going to look at it right now. We begin by writing import java.util.scanner because we're going to need an input method. We begin the class itself with public class matrix, followed by public final int numRows equals 4, numColumns equal 4. Square matrices are very commonly used, and our example is going to have pretty much exactly that. Private int open close bracket matrix, because this is going to be a two-dimensional array. And we'll have a constructor, public matrix, matrix equals new int numRows numColumns. In this way, we have storage set aside for our matrix. Next, we will write the read method, public void read. We will need indices for the matrix, int ij. We will need a scanner object to do input, scanner keyboard equals new scanner system in. Our outer loop will begin with for I equals 0, I is less than numRows I++. We will let the user know the row number. System out println, enter row number, I+1. Even though the indices begin with 0, the user will be more comfortable starting with 1. We then tab over and write a question mark. Then there is the inner loop for j equals 0, j is less than numColumns, j++. We prompt the user to enter x sub ij. Then we read in the value with matrix ij equals keyboard.nextInt. We then close the inner loop, the outer loop, and the method. The write method is fairly straightforward. Void write, and again we need indices, int I, j. The outer loop for I equals 0, I is less than numRows I++. Here we will need braces because there'll be actually two things in the loop. The inner loop first. For j equals 0, j is less than numColumns, j++. System out print tab, and then matrix sub ij. After the inner loop, we have system out println to go to the next line. We then close the outer loop, and we close the method. When we multiply matrices, each element in the product matrix M, that is M sub ij, will be the result of multiplying row I of the multiplicand, the matrix on the left, with column j of the multiplier, the matrix on the right. That means that in a 4 by 4 matrix, we will add 4 terms together to find each term M sub ij. And that's what we have here. Because we are returning a whole new matrix, our header reads public matrix mult matrix B. The new matrix we're going to be returning, matrix C equals new matrix. Our 3 indices, int I, j, k. Here we have 3 loops. The outer one is for I equals 0, I is less than numRows, I++. The middle loop for j equals 0, j is less than numColumns, j++. Here we have braces so that we can first set the term to C matrix ij equals 0. The inner loop will be for k equals 0, k is less than numRows, k++, and now we add each term on, C matrix ij plus equals matrix ik times B dot matrix kj. We now close the middle loop with a brace. We now return C, and with this we have reached the end of the method and the end of the class.